Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to this Zoom call, and we have a very, very special guest. Josee from Canada is gonna share her story, and well, we are all excited that you're here. If everybody who has a question will post it in the chat, then I'll ask it to Josee. Well. Your story was big on the conference. You did the workshops there, and so we want to well, a little bit of that story that we could take. We're just starting in Europe, and well, when did you start? You say, how was that?
Okay, I'll tell you my story. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, good night. Good evening, should I say. Well, I started in 2020. It was the end of the summer, almost 3 years ago, when we were just in the beginning of the pandemic. And we decided, my husband and I, that we wanted to be more sovereign on many aspects, electricity, house, everything, and of course, food autonomy was a big part of it. So I started some research to see how can I grow something in a garden, because I don't have any green thumb. So I was searching for something easy. And I was looking for, those wood boxes that you can put soil in it, and you can put that on your balcony or something like that. But then I was searching on Facebook in a gardeners group, and then I saw this post of the Tower Garden from my now upline, Randy Devine. But at this time, I saw this thing, and I said, "Oh my God, what is that?" So I took a look at it, and then I did my research on the company, what it was, and when I saw that it was so easy, well, it seemed so easy. And that no soil, we could grow inside. I said, oh, that's my kind of thing. It's going to be easier for me. And in Quebec, we need to grow inside because we have snow from November until April. So, and it's still cool. We couldn't have a garden right now in May. It's going to be below zero tonight. So the tomato's going to die if you're outside. So anyway, we don't have a big period of growing outside. So that's why I decided that would be very great with this technology. So I bought one, and when I saw that it was a network marketing company, I said, oh, I want to be a distributor, that's for sure. So I reached out to Randy, and I asked him, how can I just sign in and just start to sell to experiment. So I signed right away. And as soon as I got my tower, I started it, and I just I didn't know anybody in Quebec, in the Quebec province, who had it, because I did some research before, because I said, oh, maybe I could be in a French group, but there were no French team in Quebec. So that's why my upline is Anglophone, and I'm happy about that, because I'm in the best team in Canada. So that's great. We have English and French now. So I started, and when I start my tower, I just read what was on the paper, and it was so easy. I'm like, oh my God, I can grow lettuce, I can grow basil. And so I was proud of myself. And then I started to post on Facebook about this, and people were, whoop, I'm hearing myself on echo. Am I the only one hearing myself on echo? Okay. So people were asking me, what is that? I want one. How does it work? And so it started like that. People were asking me about the tower, and they just wanted to buy one. And we were entering in winter, because it was like October when I signed. It was October. Yeah. So and with the pandemic and what was happening, people were like, oh yeah, I need a solution to be more sovereign with my food. So it started like that. And some of them who bought the tower, they were telling me, oh, I think my friend will want one, my neighbor will want one. So can I be a partner? I said, yeah. But at this time, I didn't want to like take care of a team, because that's what I was doing in another network marketing business. And I know it's a lot of work. So at that time, I didn't have the time for that. So I was signing in them. I told them what to do and the basics, but I wasn't doing a team call or tower talks or nothing of that. So, but the people were like independent; they could do their things, but they were signing. So the team grew fast. And one of my first partner, Patrick, he decided him to develop the team more. So a part of them just they were like teammate together, so they were not feeling alone. And then last year, in February 2022, then I decided that I really wanted to develop this business because it was appealing to me, the vision to help people with their so the mission was what made me vibrate. You know, I was like, it's good to have a big team, it's fun, and the money is cool, but I needed a vision and a mission, and the mission to help people being more sovereign in Quebec, especially where we cannot grow that much. I thought to myself, this is a great mission that is going to help people. So the first motivation was helping people. So with this in mind, with this vision in mind, the vision became so big. I told myself every household should have a Towergarden, just as we have a fridge in our home. It's going to be like that for sure in 5 years from now, something like that. And then in the meantime, my husband and I, we wanted also to open a small urban tower farm just here. So we opened it. Well, at that time, one year ago, I decided to take my leadership seat. So I started a coaching call every week. I started Tower Talk. So I knew that it takes time to act like as a leader and help the team. So that I put a lot more energy in it. And of course, it showed because the team grew and grew and grew because they needed help, and I was there at that time. So and then so we opened. My husband and I, we opened at Tourjardin, Quebec, the first urban tower farm in Quebec. We wanted it to be small because we prefer to have many in the old province instead of having a big one. That is the concept behind it. It's like small 10 towers. It's all high density, so we have 1,000 pots. And people can come and buy their lettuce. We specialize in romaine lettuce. So they come and buy their lettuce, and then they will buy some seedlings, and we have a tower demo, so people can see the towers, and then they can buy a tower, and then they like to buy the seedlings already ready, so that's another income also. And we help other partners to open small urban tower farms also. So that now in the province there are like 1, 2, 3, around 5 urban farms. Yeah, they are a small one, to 12 towers or so. Yeah, so it was in November, and then and Danny, my husband, is full-time in the farm, so he does a lot of commercial development, institutional also, you know, with the cities, small towns, schools. We work a lot with food banks also. We found grants from the city to buy towers for food banks. So I check with to give you an example, I check with Quebec City, and they have so many cities have so many grants for whatever topics, and food autonomy and community garden is very popular in Quebec. So they have grants. They have a grant of $20,000, and every organism, the organism, the food banks could apply for it. So we told Moisson Québec, with whom we are working with, because we give them some food every week, and we said apply for that, and then we're going to equip the food bank with the towers. So they applied and they got the $20,000 grant. So we ordered 12 towers, and we're going to put 3 towers there, 2 there, 1 there, in 6 different food banks. So we found the money for them, and then they bought the towers, and then we give them the service to install and to do the support also. So it's a good way to develop at a larger scale with the city, with the small towns, with the schools. So that's why the farm, even if it's small, it's getting bigger, because we do a lot of the business development. Yeah. So now we are in May, and as I was telling you before we started, we decide for the from May until November, we'll be at a kind of an urban farmers market where the producers are there during the summer. They sell all local foods, and there are like 50 kiosks, 50 space, let's say. So we will have one there with we'll put probably 5 towers, and all our production here we will sell it over there, because they're like between 1,000 and 3,000 person per day who goes there. So that's perfect for the visibility, because here it's good. We're starting to be known, but we have to do a lot of work so that people come, even if we're near a Costco. You know Costco, yeah, in Europe. It's a kind of a big
a food market.
Well, yeah, a big one, yeah. So people stop by, but we need to tell them that we are here. But with this farmers market this summer, it's gonna be a big it's gonna have a big impact.
Yeah.
So I developed my business. Now I at EMD, executive marketing director.
Yeah.
And
that's quite impressive, is it?
What?
That is quite impressive.
Well, and it's all with Tower Gardens. 99.9% it's with towers. So our structure and the way I coach my team is always Tower Garden mindset. We don't talk capsules, we love them. My family, I'll take the capsules, but we're not there yet to develop. Well, it's going to be, of course, on a second phase, we will also sell them. But Tower Garden is such a great getaway, because for us, it's so much easier to sell a tower than selling capsules, because capsules, it's a lot of education. You have to educate people, and it's not everybody who can afford or is willing to pay for that. And the tower, you have it right in your face. You see the lettuce, you see the celery, whatever you grow, and after 1 year you can pay per month, which is a good. It's easier to sell when you tell them it's $4 per day, and then after 1 year it's paid with all the production you'll do. It's going to be paid, and then you have it for 20 years if you take care of it. So people do the math and they say, yeah, that's true. And the lettuce here, the romaine, this fall, it costs like sometimes $10 Canadian for one lettuce. It was crazy. So people know that and it was like not green at all, kind of yellow and with a lot of pesticide on it. So when they come here and we give them a double of in quantity for $5, and it's organic, well, it's easy to sell for the produce. May also for the tower, they say, oh, I'm gonna have it in my house. So yeah, so for now we're only Tower Garden, but of course some of the people in the team, they also sell the capsules, and we'll get there eventually. But we're such in a rush with the towers, and the market is, because sometimes people say, well, it's not reordering. Well, first, when a client buy a tower, you always put them in 12 months, which is the good strategy, because then you have around 55 PV per month during 12 months. So when you sign a client, you know that you have those points for 1 year. Just as when you sell capsules, you have those points for months. I don't know if it's the same in Europe, but yeah. But and often they will buy a second one after 1 year, or in a month. Yeah, so there is some reordering, but with the capsules anyway, 50% they don't reorder. So you always have to find new clients anyway. So finding new clients for capsules, which is great, and finding new clients for towers also. And towers, as I said, every household should have it just like a fridge. So imagine before it's going to be saturated. It's when every household would have a fridge. So we're going to be retired for sure. So the market is so big. It's so big, and it's not just here in America. It's in Europe also. I had one of my partner. He came this morning. He's from France, and he has a friend in Spain. And he said that, and I said, well, in Spain they can grow. They have a good temperature. And he said, you know what? He said it's like too hot already, or I don't know if he was talking about this summer or last summer, but sometimes it's like too dry, and then they cannot grow whatever they want. They have some other problems also. So it can be a solution also, and the cost of the water also. So yeah, I have around 50 clients in France right now, because I have a partner who has connection there. So he sold 50, and all people from France. And they said they just love the tower because it's inside and less water, no pesticides, and the cost of food is crazy over there too. So yeah, the market is everywhere.
Nice.
I'm talking too much.
No. Well, it's a very visible product, you know. You want to see it, you want to touch it, you want to. Can you say anything about that? If people come in, amazed about the towers, how does that work for you?
You mean when people when they see it physically? You mean? Yeah, of course. Well, for the first 2 years and a half, almost. Yeah, for the first 2 years, we sold only on Facebook and social networks. So people were buying it because they saw videos, they saw Facebook Lives, a lot of Facebook Live pictures. Of course, when you do have a place like that I call a showroom, because it's kind of a showroom, you know, it's a small urban tower farm. And we have, what we organize is that we put, I just show you, because here we have the flex and the home. So I put the flex here and the home there. So those are to demo. So yeah, when people come and they come to buy the lettuce, or they saw us on Facebook and they know that we have a place, a physical place here in Quebec, well, they like to come because they like to see the size, and they like to taste. So of course it's easier for sure to sell when you can show something. That's for sure. For sure. But by the social networks, it's doable also, because most of my team, they all did it with
starting by social media.
With social media.
By showing. Well, that's also a thing, of course. For the business, can you give us well, we are all starters, you know. Europe is just starting with Towergarden. Can you give us a top 5 tips for starters?
Top 5. First, to get a tower.
Get a tower. That's one.
Oh yeah, that's for sure, because you're gonna share it more genuinely. You're going to share your experience, and you can share everything about it, because you share when you start your seedling, and then you share when it's growing, because you're impressed. Well, I was impressed that I can grow something in the workroom, you know. So and then you put it in your tower. So you share your journey, if I can say. So and people like that. That's attractive marketing. That's what people like. So they can see it, and now you taste it, and then you do some recipes. So you don't overwhelm people with that, but you know, they can follow you, and sometimes they will follow you for 1 year before they ask you to buy one, you know. So you never know. So at first, even if you do a Facebook Live and nobody comment or you don't have any feedback, you have to be patient. You have to put some seeds and then you're gonna harvest later. Because sometimes people, and it's often like that in network marketing, after 2 or 3 months, they don't have results yet. So they say, oh, it doesn't work, it's too long. But they just don't see, they don't see further that it's over there. You know, you have to be patient. You have to put seeds, and you have to take care of it. You have to be in action, and then you're gonna harvest later. So you have to be in action without thinking about the results. Because if you're always acting by thinking about the results, it's not the good vibe. The good vibe has to be, why am I doing it? I always say the be, do, have. It's always the thing I say. Be, it's like a be. Who are you? Why do you do it? What's your vision? What's your mission? What's the difference you want to make? So, of course, for us, we want to help people being more sovereign and eat better, you know. So this is what drives us. And then when it drives you, the way you're going to share it, the energy that you will bring sharing it, it will not be, hey, buy my tower. It's going to be, hey, here's the solution for you, for your family, for your kids that don't like to eat food, don't like to eat vegetables. Well, it's so much better in the tower, and they want to take care of it. You know, so you're in an energy of helping people, and this is a big difference. Having this energy instead of having, oh, do you want to buy my tower? I want to make money. This is not the good energy at all. So when you're with first the good energy, so you know why you're doing it. And then, of course, you have to be in action. You cannot just stay and just take care of your whatever things that doesn't do anything. You have to do some posts. You have to do some Facebook Live. You have to go talk to your neighbors or talk to people around you or organize an event, or you have to be in action. But don't wait for the results for now. Just be in action. Be in action, in action, in action. And of course, the most you'll be in action, of course, you're going to have results. That's for sure. Will it going to be in 1 month, 2 months, or 6 months, or 1 year? We don't know, but there will be results. That's for sure. But if you stop after 3 months because you didn't have any results, you just missed it. You just didn't see just over the mountain. It's all over there, you know. But you have to have a vision. It's a mindset, actually. And sometimes it can go fast, and sometimes you see others, oh, it goes fast for her, for him. Why not me? It doesn't work for me. I'm telling you, everybody should have one. So just go ask someone else if they say no. You're gonna find people who will want that for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my first tip is be do have. find your why, and then who's you want to help, you know, because the way people develop, I was talking about schools, think about who needs it. And schools, the teachers, they love this project. And we have all those documents. You have them also on your website that Stephen Rich created. And in English, there are so many. We have some in French. And so you go and you get in touch with schools, with teachers. So it's cool because you don't arrive with the energy of I want to sell something. You arrive with something educational, a project, and schools, teachers, they are looking for those kind of project because at school kids, they don't pay attention unless there's an iPhone somewhere, you know. Yeah. So this is the Tim Blanks always say this is the iPhone of agriculture. So kids love that because they take care of it and it's easy for them. So it's in the schools, we are selling a lot in schools. Last week, Danny sold like 17 and they want to buy some more because they have kids with difficulties to learn. And so for them, it's manual, they love it. And we help them to have a grant. So you can work this way. If you don't like to go one-on-one with people, just think of those organizations. Food bank, as I said, of course, food bank, they don't have the money, but you help them. You can do events to raise money to help them buy a tower, or you can go see the city if they have grants for those organizations. There's always some creative way. There's money out there. We just have to find it and just bring them together with people who need the tower also.
Yeah, great. Well, great. Well, thank you. That's a great top 5. You know.
Did I say 5? I don't know.
Oh, wow.
A couple. And
do have.
And the other thing would be talk about it every week. You know the tower talk that I do every Wednesday night? I think you started one also, I think in English.
Well, you do it in French.
Well, because every Wednesday night when I decided that I wanted to work my business 1 year from now, 1 year ago, the first thing I started is doing what my upline, Nicole Scott, which is PMD Plus in Canada, she was already doing it in English. Every week she was doing the tower talk. So I said, okay, I'm going to do it in French because no one was doing it. So I started every week my tower talk. At first there was like 2 people, 5 people. Now every Wednesday, usually we are maybe 30, I don't know. But, you know, in the last summer in July, I plugged in and there was nobody. And I could have said, oh, I'm not doing it. It's sunny outside. I'm going outside. No, I did it because I said, oh, I'm going to record and I'm going to do a short one, a fast one. It's going to be easy to share after. So I did it, even if there was nobody. So because you always think about not the result, but what you're doing. And it's a practice also. Every week you talk about it. So yeah, so that's a good tip to do one every week. So of course you can do it. I do it for all the team. You know, some leaders can just do it themselves if they are big teams. But this thing, and then a coaching call every week. Those two things, for the business and for the public. Yeah. That's
great.
it. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Apart from that,
well, thank you. Is there somebody in the audience who has a question for Josee? Then please unmute yourself, and this is your chance.
Yeah, I have a question, Josee. When you do the tower talk, what do you talk about? And can everybody join? Also people with no tower garden, or just people who are interested in the tower garden?
Yes, what I do is it's open to everybody. So I always create a Facebook event. Then I share the link, of course, to my team so that they can bring a prospect, because in the presentation, I always say to refer to the person who invited them to the presentation. So the presentation is for people who don't have towers. Because for people who have towers, that's the other thing we did right at the beginning. We created a Facebook group called Tower to Table, in French, so that people who buy a tower, they're not alone. They need a community. They need help. They need some advice. So in this group, we did a lot of videos and posting, and people can post whatever questions they have or whatever. So we have a Facebook group there for people who owns a tower. But for the tower talk is for people who wants to know more about it. So what I did is that I created a video, a montage, because I don't like PowerPoints. People never read that. So I put a video so that they can see. So I always start with the story. So who's Team Blank actually, and you used to work at Disneyland, you know, and you work with the NASA. So he did some research about aeroponics, and then he created the first tower garden with Future Growing. So I tell this story with a video of him in a tower farm, and video of Epcot Center. Also, I sent you the video, Suzanne, because I can send it to you so you can use it if you want. So then after that, I'm talking about what we can grow in the tower. So, you know, we have this video that the company did. It's a drawing video. We see the tower home, and we see the pump, and we see how it works. So I'm talking on voiceover the video to tell people how it works, and then what can we grow? Then I show images from videos from agronomy. You all know agronomy, I guess, in Spain. So they have so many great videos on their YouTube. So I took one. So while I'm talking about the 150 different varieties that we can grow, we see all those varieties, which is great. So people can see what it is. And then I talk about where we can install towers. So I talk about schools a little bit. So we see Stefan Ritz during this video, and kids at school. And then I talk about tower farms. So we see True Garden. We see some farms during the time I'm talking about that. And then I'm going on my website, and then I show how it works. What's the rock wool? We plant the seed, and the nutrient. What's in the nutrients? Because people always ask that. And what does people have to do every week to take care of it? When do they put water and nutrients? So I explain what they have to do every week. And then every 3 months you change the water, and 2 times a year you clean it. So I just explain to them what's going to be the work when you're going to buy one. So, and then I finish with the website, and then I explain you have 2 different models, because we have Flex and Home. So I explain how to order, how it works, what comes with it, and that it can pay per month, which is very important. And at the end, I tell them, yes, it's an investment, but do the math, and in 1 year you will have paid for your tower, and it's going to last for 20 years. So I explain the quality of the PVC, of the plastic, and the quality of the tower. And then we take questions. And one of my partners, she's with me, and she talks about her experience, because she has 6 towers in her house. So she talks about it, and she's kind of a reference in the group. So because people always ask, is there a lot of humidity? Does it take Does it take a lot of space, or whatever questions they have? Does it make bugs? Or we always know the questions, so we give some answers about that. So it lasts for maybe 30 minutes, and then some questions, maybe 40 minutes altogether. And so it answers like 98% of all the questions, and then they can make their decision to buy one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you want to watch one, it's every Wednesday night at 7. It's maybe a little bit late for you, but I record them. So on my YouTube channel, which is Tourjardin Québec, our farm, on the section en direct, which is live section, all the presentations are there every week, because I'm doing it on Zoom and on live on YouTube also at the same time. So you can watch one, so you will have an idea. Even if you don't understand what I say, you're gonna figure it out, I'm sure.
So you're doing multiple channels at once, but you do it weekly.
Yeah, it's Zoom, and I used to do it just Zoom, and then Zoom and Facebook Live. But now it's easier to share a YouTube link, so I always put it on YouTube, live YouTube, so it's there.
Okay, thank you.
And there's a lot of, if you need to have some information about the towers, there's a lot of tips, video tips on truegarden.com, the big tower farms in Phoenix, which is the tower farm we are working with. Troy from True Garden, TROUE garden.com. On his YouTube channel, he has a lot of videos. So it answers a lot of questions. And agronomy, of course.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah, they ask me to do some videos because they want to talk about our farms on their social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, nice. Well, we're all big, one happy family. So let's do this together. Let's help everybody who has a fridge also has to have tower garden. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Are there more people with question? Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, Josee, could I just ask, would say for somebody new starting to grow, what would you suggest? What's the easiest or the fastest to grow?
It's the leafy greens for sure. Especially when you don't have any experience, just like me, because you receive seeds with the towers in Europe also. Yeah. So there's always leafy greens and some herbs like basil. So it's easy because you don't have any pollination to do. So I stick with the leafy greens for 1 year. And then I brought my towers outside last summer because I didn't want to do any pollination. And for me, growing tomato was like complicated in my head. But then when I did it with the tower, I said, oh my God, it's easy. And even inside, because I brought it inside last fall. And then I just had to do pollination with the cucumber because tomato was easy, pepper also. And now even cucumber, I found one that is auto-pollination, so that's better. So yeah, it's better to start with leafy greens. So this is very easy. And then second phase, you can go with bigger crops. Yeah.
And we all want to eat leafy greens.
Yeah, that's what I eat all day. I'm like a rabbit now. When I'm hungry, I just take some salad.
Well, they look great, your towers. They really do.
Yeah, thank you. It's all here. It's we specialize in romaine, as I said, so it's all a different kind of mini romaine. It's mini romaine because it's small all. So we have 100 all pots in this one.
So it's all the microgreen section.
Yeah. So it's baby green. So we harvest them every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Great, thank you. Well, I think this was a very, very inspiring talk for us. You know, we are just at the beginning of something very great. We're going to follow you, Josee. We're going to be in your footsteps here in Europe.
Great, yeah, great, yeah, that's perfect.
I know you come over next fall. Well, we do have a conference on the 21st of October in Berlin.
It's in the 21st of October. Oh, that's in almost at the same time as the one we have in the States in Charlotte. It's like the 26th. So it's
Oh, okay.
yeah, so it's the 21st in Berlin. Okay. The head office from where they ship the towers, it's in Germany, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Our stock is in Germany. Yeah.
Okay. So and the conference is in Berlin, and it's open to everybody, right?
Well, your partner.
Ah,
Your
oh, that's
partner.
cool.
Well,
Okay.
we all hope to see you there and to meet you, maybe.
Yes, we wanted to go in November, but since the conference is in October, we might go earlier.
Okay. Well, let's see. And well, thank you for now.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
And well, maybe to Berlin.
Yes,
in
maybe.
October.
I'll keep you in touch. We'll keep in touch.
Let's do that. Thank you.